What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, we have some breaking news for the 2024 presidential election. Guys, it seems like it's official. Former Vice President Mike Pence has just filed paperwork to launch his 2024 presidential bid. Yep, the circus grows as another candidate enters the race. What are we up to at this point? Like 12 major candidates? We are getting to a point where Chris Christie's announcing, Doug Burgum. But Mike Pence? It just keeps growing and growing and growing. It's just like, when will it stop? Because at some point, we may reach the bottom of the barrel this week. But could this even go further? Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account everyone should follow. Of course, follow the Rumble page for exclusive content, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you would join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal as it helps support the daily content you all know and love. If you love the daily content, well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody, so the 2024 presidential election continues to become more of a circus as Mike Pence will be running for president of the United States. Former Vice President Mike Pence filed paperwork on Monday, and this is news from like 12 minutes ago, declaring his campaign for president in 2024, setting up a challenge to his former boss, Donald Trump, just 2 years after their time in the White House. Now, I don't know for certain, but I believe this could be the first time ever that a former vice president is going to be challenging the president or the president he served under. I could be wrong, but I believe this is historical. I don't believe we've ever had a former president primary with his former vice president. I don't think that's ever happened. If it did, just let me know down in the comments down below. I don't think it ever has, but either way, it's a very rare occurrence if it does. I don't remember the last time it happened. Pence, the nation's 48th vice president, will formally launch his bid for the Republican nomination with a video and a kickoff event in Des Moines, Iowa on Wednesday, which is his 64th birthday according to people familiar with his plans. He made his candidacy official Monday with the FEC. So he is going to hammer the state of Iowa. If there's one state he's going to visit the most, he's going to visit every single part of Iowa, because this is going to be his bread and butter, the evangelical vote. Similar to Tim Scott, but probably a bit more so with Mike Pence, since he is from the Midwest, and he is more well known among people across the board. Yes, there's a lot of Trump people that don't like him, but, you know, there are a lot of evangelicals that do support his beliefs, and that's what his campaign's gonna run on. While Trump is currently leading the early fight for the nomination, with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis pulling consistently in second, Pence supporters see a lane for a reliable conservative who espouses many of the previous administration's policies, but without the constant tumult. And this is going to be a problem with Pence. He was probably going to be the successor to Trump. Can we be real here? If Trump won a second term and or Pence didn't lie about January 6th, there is a good chance that Pence probably is the successor to Trump. I'm not even coping about it. It's just a fact. Everybody pretty much liked him within the Republican base. A lot more independents kind of liked him. He was seen as, soft-spoken, vice president who's fairly conservative, but he doesn't get involved in much drama. And many people thought he was going to be the successor. Well, that's gone well, hasn't it? And you look at the polling, he's below Haley at this point. Yes, on the 538 aggregate, he is at 5.5%, slightly ahead of Haley. But either way, for a while, it seemed like Pence was going to be the successor to Trump. While he frequently lauds the accomplishments of the Trump-Pence administration, a Pence nomination in many ways would be returned to positions long associated with the Republican establishment, but abandoned as Trump reshaped the party in his image. Pence has warned against a growing populist tide in the party, and advisors see him as the only traditional Reagan-style conservative, and this is my problem. This is my big problem with Pence. He is great on social issues, though recently he's seemingly started to bend the knee on some issues, but he's always been good on the cultural stuff. He always has been, and that's why Trump did pick him as his VP in 2016. Because many evangelicals, the Ted Cruz type, they didn't trust Trump on cultural and social issues, but they gladly voted for him with Pence on the ballot because he was a known conservative, like a true, unabashedly conservative governor of Indiana. His problem has always been economics, and even before 2020, he always been seen as, a bit generic on economics, but dude, it's 2023, and this Reagan-style conservatism, it's gone. It's over. It's been, 40 years? And we're still running on Reagan-style conservatism? That ship has sailed. This is BS. Even consider running on Reagan-style conservatism. It just seems kind of like a parody at this point. I mean, we make a joke with the Reagan stuff, but it just seems like it's not a joke anymore. They seriously believe it is a very good idea to run on something from 40 years ago. Here, I have some issues with Trump. Again, I support him, but I do have issues when it comes to certain social issues with Trump. But here's the thing, though. He is at least focusing on what matters. He's focusing on the fact that, look, our economy is falling apart. The border's a complete nightmare. And while I wish he was a bit more conservative on cultural issues, he has done a decent job on that front recently. Again, he's not as conservative as I want him to be on certain issues, but he's far and away the best candidate and the only one focusing on what matters. Reduced immigration, fixing the crime crisis in this country, the mental health, restoring American pride. While people like Pence, they're just going to run on this generic boomer-con Reagan stuff. Again, Reagan was okay for his time. Not anymore. He wouldn't be a good president today. And I understand there's many reasons what happened, but either way, this idea that we got to continue running on Reaganism, it's just stupid. A staunch opponent of abortion rights, Pence supports a national ban on the procedure and has campaigned against transgender affirming policies in schools. And again, Pence, the one thing he has on everybody on this race is the pro-life stuff. I'll give him that. He supports not just pro-life, just, anti-abortion. He wants to give pro-family policies a chance. He really does. He even said that in an interview that, we have to be pro-adoption. We have to reduce the cost of having kids, etc. This has always been Pence's strong suit. Outside of that, though, he has argued that changes to Social Security and Medicare, like raising the age for qualification, should be on the table to keep the program solvent, which is stupid. Are you freaking serious right now? If you're going to do that, don't say it publicly. Look, do these programs need reform? Absolutely. But raising the age for qualification, maybe if it's a year, like 30 years down the line, maybe. But to say, we're going to jack up the retirement age, that's not popular. People support stuff like getting rid of the uncapped, the capped payroll tax, which, below a certain income, they pay payroll taxes, above it, they don't, which is stupid. People support stuff like that. They support, making sure wealthy people, they don't get into Social Security. If they're making $100 million a year, well, they shouldn't get Social Security. That sort of stuff makes sense. But this idea of raising the age, that's unpopular. You're going to get crushed in the Midwest. What do you think's going to happen to the voters in Michigan or Wisconsin when they hear, the Social Security you worked so hard for your entire life, we're going to raise up the age by, just not by 1 year. No, we're going to do like 3-4 years. stupid, which both Trump and DeSantis have opposed. Which, again, DeSantis, he did flip on the issue, but I give him that. He realized that was baloney. But still, anybody with a brain would realize, you talk about unelectability, talk about jacking up Social Security, and criticize DeSantis for his escalating feud with Disney, which I don't get. What's up with these conservatives that worship Disney? They're a company that's catered for kids, but they're pushing this gender ideology nonsense and telling them, no, actually, a man can be a woman and men can be pregnant. They're pushing that crap. When they're pushing that, there should be punishment. They should lose their clear benefits they get for just being in Florida. It's ridiculous that we're supporting this corporate crap company like Disney, where they're pushing this ideology to our kids. He has also said the U.S. should offer more support to Ukraine against Russian aggression. Again, why? What is popular about this? Nobody wants this war to continue. Trump is taking the perfect position. He says, I can care less. Both sides suck in some way. Russia, they're far too aggressive in this situation. While Ukraine, they're grifting off of this. They're one of the most corrupt countries in the world, etc. He said, it shouldn't matter. We should be the brokers of peace, not promoting more conflict. That's popular. Even with many Democrats, that's the popular position. Broker peace, not we need an endless war. While Pence and others, they want this constant war. They want constant conflict. And we're going to spend God knows how much more under a Pence administration. That's the problem with Pence. It's always been economics and foreign policy, especially the foreign policy stuff. It's not as bad as Haley. We saw that last night. But still, you cannot seriously believe this is electable to push more foreign aid to Ukraine. Why? What do we get out of it? Russians die. Congratulations. It's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. We should be the brokers of peace, trying to promote peace. Even peace through strength. That's the Reagan policy, yet you claim to be a Reagan conservative. It is a complete and total joke. Pence's team sees Iowa and its evangelical voters as critical to his potential path to victory, and that's the big thing. You're going to notice he's going to be in Iowa virtually the entire campaign, because the evangelical voter is the only, if there's any hope for him, it's those voters, those evangelical Christians that are uber conservative on cultural issues. That's his only pathway. If he doesn't win Iowa or doesn't come close to it, it's over. It's over. We could just call it a primary. Trump's got it. Because Trump, theoretically, his weakest state should be Iowa. Because not only do you got DeSantis running on cultural issues, you have Tim Scott and Mike Pence on top of that, running as the true Christians and how we have to bring faith back in America. I mean, that's Tim Scott's entire slogan, faith in America. God knows what Pence is going to choose, but either way, they're going to cater towards or pander, I should say, towards these evangelicals in Iowa, which make up like 50% of the electorate for the primary. So yeah, that's his only hope. His Hail Mary is somehow win the Iowa caucus, because if he doesn't, it's over. What do you think is going to happen in New Hampshire, a vehemently anti-war state? Trump's going to crush everybody there. And with a 10% threshold, Pence may not even get delegates. Nevada, that's a Trump state. And South Carolina, with the winner take all, you need Iowa. That's the only hope Pence has. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.